Good morning, guys. Today we are going to learn the application of mathematics, the smartphone pricing dilemma, how to maximize the profit, the smartphone pricing dilemma. Okay, the scenario is imagine a tech company is launching a new smartphone. If they sell the phone for $400, they can sell 10,000 units per week. Market research shows that for every $10 discount they offer, they will sell 500 more phones per week. If cost of $150 to manufacture each phone. Okay, then the question is, what price should the company set for the smartphone to maximize their weekly profit, and what will that maximum profit will be? That is the question. Okay, for this we are going to take a variable x. What is x? X be the number of $10 discounts the company gives. So we are going to take first 400 minus $10, that is 390. Then x is a variable, we can find out. Okay, so we are going to start. Yeah, answer to our question is let x be the number of $10 discount the company gives. Here there is a general formula everybody knows. Profit is equal to revenue minus cost, right? Profit equals revenue of the company, that is the total money get from the customers is the revenue, minus cost of production. Okay, minus cost of production. So I'm going to write profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Profit is y of x. That we are going to make a relationship between y and x. So yx is equal to revenue r, capital R, x. Everything is in terms of x. Cost is also in terms of x. Okay, so what is, well, yeah, y is equal to r minus x. We can simply write y is equal to r minus c. So what is, we are going to find out revenue. Revenue equals price per unit times number of units times number of units times number of units. Price per unit. Before the discount, the price of a unit is $400 times number of units. After discount, we are going to write 400 minus 10x. So x is equal to 1, 2, 3 integers. Okay, when x is integer or any number, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, so something like that. 400 minus 10x times number of units. Number of units is 10,000 units they sell for $400, right? So 10,000 plus each discount they get 500 units more. So 500x. 10,000 plus 500x. That is the number of units. So now yeah, that is a mistake. So times 150, no, we don't need. So revenue we already found. That is 400 minus 10x times 10,000 plus 500x. So now we are going to find out the cost of production. That is each phone, the manufacture cost of each phone is $150. So cost of manufacture equals total cost of manufacture equals 150 times total number of units is, we already found 10,000 plus 500x. That is the total units. 10,000 plus 500x. So we are going to simplify, just substitute these two values, revenue and cost, in the equation. Yx is equal to Rx minus Cx, or R minus C. What is R? R is 400 minus 10x. Just substitute. Y is equal to 400 minus 10x minus 10x times 10,000 plus 500x plus 500x. Then minus cost. Cost is 150 times 10,000 plus 500x. $10,000 plus 500x. So when you simplify this, open the bracket, you need to use FOIL method. That is 400 times 10,000. First you need to multiply 400 and 10,000, then 400 and 500x, then 10x times minus negative 10x times 10,000 and negative 10x times 500x. The same thing, minus 150 times 10x, 10,000x, then minus 150 times 500x. Okay, we need to open the bracket by using FOIL method. So 400 times 10,000 is 4 million, 4 and 6 zeros. Then plus 400 times 500x. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 then 4 zeros, that is 200,000x. Then negative 10x times 10,000. Negative 10x times 10,000 is negative 100,000x minus 500x times 10x is 5,000, negative 5,000x square. Then negative 150 times 10,000 is 1.5 million. Then is 1,500,000, right? or 1, 500, then 1000. That is 1.5 million. Then 15 times 5 is 75. Then you need to add 3 more zeros, 75,000x. So first you need to simplify the first, write minus 500 minus 5,000x square. 5,000x square. Then like terms, what is the x terms? We need to add and subtract x terms together. That is 200,000x minus 100,000x is 100,000x. Then 100,000x minus 75,000x is 25,000x. Plus 25,000, 25, then 3 zeros, x. Then the constant term, that is 4 million minus 1.5 million is 4 million minus 1 million is 3 million, minus 500,000 is 2.5 million. 2.5 million. 2 and 500, then 3 zeros, 2.5 million. Okay, so why this is the profit formula? Profit formula is minus 500x square plus 25,000x plus 2,500,000, that is 2,500,000. So this is the equation of the y function. So it should be a parabolic function. The maximum should be a parabolic function. So at the turning point, this one should be at the turning point, dy by dx is equal to 0. Dy by dx equals 0. So dy by dx equals dy by dx equals dy by dx equals 0. So dy by, when you differentiate, dy by dx equals minus 10,000x minus 10,000x 1000x x plus 25,000 equals 0. So we are going to find the maximum point. Okay. Minus 10,000x plus is equal to minus 25,000. So x is equal to, negative you can cancel. So x is equal to 25,000 minus 10,000 is 2.5. 25,000 divided by 10,000. 0 you can cancel it. You get 2.25 divided by 10. You get 2.5. That is, the discount is 10x. That is $25. If you sell the phone, $25 discount, you get the maximum profit. Okay, that is 25 is the maximum discount you can sell the phone. You will get the maximum profit. If you sell the phone $25 discount, then you will get the maximum profit. So what is the profit? How can you find the profit? So we know the equation. Y is equal to, that is the equation we got it. Y is equal to minus 5,000x square plus 25,000x equals 2.5 million. So y is equal to minus 5,000x square. Y is equal to minus 5,000x square plus 25,000x minus 5,000x square plus 25,000x yeah, the company get a maximum profit when the discount is 2.5 times 10, that is $25. So now we are going to find the profit, how much profit the company get. So just substitute x is equal to 2.5, not 25, x is equal to 2.5 in the equation. Y is equal to minus 5,000x square plus 25,000x plus 2.5 million. Plus 25,000 x plus 2.5 million. Y is equal to minus 500 into 2.5x 2.5 square plus 25,000 times 2.5 plus 2.5 million. That is 2,531,250. That is the answer. Thank you for watching.